my name is Brandy and today I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate red velvet cake. Chocolate red velvet cake is a delicious cocoa flavored cake and it has like a red velvety color to it, and it's topped with either cream cheese or buttercream frosting. And the first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and then you're going to have to wash your hands for approximately 20 seconds to sanitize them. As far as utensils, you're going to need a whisk, you're going to need a mixing spoon, you're going to need a toothpick for the end. You're going to need measuring spoons, and you're also going to need a measuring cup. And as far as your mixing bowls, you're just going to take one medium bowl. You're going to need one large bowl, and you're going to need 2 cake pans, usually 9-inch cake pans, and then also just a small bowl. As far as ingredients, the first thing you're going to need is your baking spray. This is non-stick cooking spray just so that the cake mix doesn't stick in the pans. It's usually typically $2 to $3 for a can of cooking spray. And the next thing you're going to need is the cake flour. You'll use 2½ cups of cake flour. It's typically $2 to $3 for a box of cake flour. And the next thing you're going to need is just 1 tablespoon of salt, $1 to $3 for a bottle of salt. And then as cocoa powder, you're going to need a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, $2 to $3 for just the Hershey's cocoa powder. The next thing you're going to need is sugar, 1½ cups of sugar. It's usually typically $2 to $3 for a bag of the sugar. And next you're going to need canola oil. It's going to be 1½ cups of canola oil, $2 to $3 for a bottle of canola oil. Next you're going to need 2 large eggs, and it's usually typically $2 to $3 for a carton of eggs. Next you're going to need red food coloring, or you can use the gel food coloring, whichever you prefer. $2 to $3 for just a little bottle of the food coloring. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of red food coloring. The next thing that you're going to need is vanilla. You're going to need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. It's $3 to $6 depending on which size bottle you get. The next thing you're going to need is buttermilk. You're going to need 1 cup of buttermilk, $1 to $2 for just a small bottle of the buttermilk. Next thing you're going to need is baking soda. Baking soda usually typically runs about 99 cents for just a small bottle. You're going to need 1½ teaspoons of the baking soda. And the last thing is the white vinegar. It's usually $2 to $3 for a bottle of vinegar. You're going to need 2 teaspoons of the vinegar. And the last thing you're going to need is the cream cheese frosting. You're going to need 2 cans of the cream cheese frosting, and it's usually $1 to $2 for each of them. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to spray your cans or your pans with a non-sticking spray. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to mix in the cake flour, the salt, and the cocoa powder together to make a mixture. You're going to put that in your medium-sized bowl. So you're going to mix that together, and you're going to set it aside. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your large bowl, and you're going to mix in your sugar and your oil together. You're going to mix that in the large bowl here, and then after that is all mixed and combined together, you're going to take your eggs, you're going to crack them in your mixture, and you're going to mix it together really well. After it's well mixed, you're going to take your food coloring, and you're going to take your vanilla, both together, and you're going to mix those in. The next thing that you're going to do is take your baking soda and your vinegar, and you're going to mix it into a small bowl. And then after that is all mixed together, you're going to have 3 separate bowls. The first thing you're going to do is mix in your flour, salt, and cocoa powder mixture. You're going to mix that together in the large bowl. And then you're going to take the baking soda and the vinegar and mix that in as well. You're going to mix that together. And once it's all mixed and nice and clean, you're going to take your 2 9-inch pans. You're going to divide your big mixture between both of the pans here. And then after that's finished, you're going to place it into the oven for approximately 30 to 35 minutes. And then once they're finished, you're going to take them out, and you're going to take your toothpick, and you're going to stick it in the middle of your pan just to make sure that it's finished. If it's not finished, it's going to have like a gooey substance come out onto the toothpick. If it's finished, then there won't be anything. It'll just be nice and dry. And then you can place them on your cooling rack here for approximately 5 minutes. After they get done cooling, you're going to take both of them out of the pans, and you're going to lay them on just a glass plate or anything you'd like to. You're going to take 1 can, and you're going to frost it over the top of both of them. And then you can stack them together, And once you stack them together, you can ice all around the cake. And once your cake's completed, you can serve it whenever you would like. And again, my name is Brandy, and thank you for listening on how to make a chocolate red velvet